Our project is on labeling theory. Labeling theory is by Howard S. Becker, and the theory states that individuals start behaving and acting in ways that they become labeled by society. There's three major components to labeling theory. The first major step would be primary deviance. Primary deviance is when the individual does a deviant act but does not get caught or punished for what they did. The following one would be secondary deviance. Secondary deviance is when the individual does do a deviant act, gets caught, and gets labeled. The following one would be master status. Master status is when the individual accepts the label and starts almost to retaliate because of the label and starts doing more deviant acts because of what society labels them. An example of each would be shoplifting. A shoplifter shoplifts for the first time. They don't get caught and there's no label there. It's just a person who did a deviant act. The following one would be secondary deviance. Secondary deviance would be when an individual would shoplift and gets caught shoplifting and then gets labeled as a shoplifter. The third one would be master status. Master status would be when the individual accepts the label as thief and starts to do more deviant acts because of it.
Hi everyone, my name is Montel Taylor. A little bit of context about myself. Obviously, I'm a man of color, and the experience I have with labeling theory so far is always with the fact that, hey, do you play ball? And I always say, no, I'm a student at Cal State Fullerton University, and they always take that as a joke. But me personally, I take pride in my academics, and I really do my best to try to be the best person I can be. And like I always try to beat these stereotypes that men of color can be more than an athlete. Obviously, with the NBA experience, like the shirts that they wear, it's enough. We more than athletes, and we can obviously be whatever we want and whatever the stereotypes tell us we be. That's not who we are. But me personally, I feel like we more than athletes. We can be students, we can be scholars, and we can be anything we want. That's my experience with labeling theory. Thank you for hearing.
So my experience with labeling theory goes back to elementary school, when it would be the new school year and everybody would know at least a few other people, and I wouldn't talk as much. So because of that, I would be labeled as the quiet one, and I started to act a lot more socially awkward because of what people were thinking me as. My behavior became a lot more what people thought of me. I wouldn't initiate conversations or make the effort to talk, and this is definitely a secondary deviance because me being quiet was considered deviant among those more social people or social kids in the class, and that influenced my behavior. Excuse me, do you know what labeling theory is?
Yeah, I learned that in my sociology class.
Do you have any experience with it?
Yeah, so before I was a good kid, and I hung out with a couple of potheads one time, and everyone else was judging me. They thought of me as a delinquent, a troublemaker, a pothead. So that made me feel like one, and I hung out with these people more often. I think my behavior changed because of what everyone thought of me.